Hello my friends and welcome to this club guide for the Masters Division in the Earth Day tournament. I'm going to describe here my thoughts on which clubs to be the best to use here in this tournament. And we need to have in mind that we have been playing these holes from the 31 time before in the Thanksgiving tournament, so we actually do have some experience to go from. But if you do have any type of questions, please pick up in the comment section below and I will be happy to answer you here. And also before we start, check out patreon.com/golfclashtommy for some more help before the next tournament. Hole number 1, it's a Gokasho Bay hole. Gokasho Bay is all the holes, so it's a complete 9 of the Gokasho Bay. We start with a par 4. We do want to go on the left side here, put ourselves up for having a sniper for the pin. Very important to know that if we're having tailwind, then we can go full blast with a berserker to the right and go over everything, which will give and leave us to be close to the green. If we are having landscape mode, then I suggest you using that because that works on Android, not on iOS, but then you can use that and try to go directly onto the green. Hole number 2, the Cataclysm, and that is because we're going to want to hit the narrow fairway here just on front, go as close to the top as possible. Then we want to put ourselves onto the green if we're having tailwind, otherwise we play ourselves up safe to the left and then play with a short iron from there. Hole number 3, it's the Guardian if we're having tailwind, it's the Rocket if we're having headwind or sidewind. So the Rocket, I suggest you use that if you do have it in level 10, because then you do have an enormous amount of backspin, which will help you tremendously. I know I made a hole-in-one on this hole in the Thanksgiving tournament while playing with the Rocket. So due to the enormous backspin, the Rocket is actually a good club, especially in the tournament for the par 3s. Hole number 4, the Sniper or the Guardian. This is the same way I've been describing in the other club guides. We're going to play ourselves up to the right, and then we do have our second shot, either with the Sniper or with the Guardian. Hole number 5, one of the toughest par 3s. We do have the Sniper here. We do have some tailwind, otherwise we're going to go with the Guardian. And try to bounce it going up there to the green. I'm not going for a hole-in-one here. Of course, if it drops, but my way to play this hole is to get the birdie and then leave it from there, because this is one of the toughest par 3s we are playing in this tournament. Hole number 6, it's Sniper or the Guardian. We do want to be able to reach over to the second fairway spot and then to from there go onto the green using the rough, bouncing on, trying to make an albatross. I made an albatross in this one in the practice round, I remember. Then I actually went out of bounds in the qualifying round, and I remember that so well. And that's the key with this hole. You can take a risk, and that will be good most of the times. But if you're just slightly off and having some strange or like really hard wind, then you can go out of bounds. If you're uncertain with that shot jumping in the rough, then you go on the left side, bouncing it over directly onto the green. Hole number 7, the Guardian or the Rocket here again. It's one of the par 3s where I do suggest that you're using a spot between the bunkers up front, close to the pin, so you don't rely that much on the first or the second bounce. The thing is here that if we're getting sidewind on this hole, it will be a killer, and we will see many people making pars on this hole because it's very, very tricky and you need to rely on the bounce or the bounces, so to speak. Hole number 8, here is the Sniper only, and the Sniper only here using the Sniper with a ball with distance, that Titan, a Kingmaker. And if we're going to have tailwind, and I remember again in the last tournament when we played in Masters, we had tailwind on this hole, and then you could actually go as far as possible there, trying to go directly onto the green. Hole number 9, the Sniper or the Cataclysm. Again, depending on the wind that we are having, that of course determines the distance we do have to the pin. And the Sniper and the Cataclysm works in 2 ways. Cataclysm for distance, Sniper more for being like accuracy and ball guide. and try to kind of get it to drop for the albatross. It's a very tricky green and a tricky fairway as well, because it bounces a lot. You need to rely on the first bounce while trying to get it in for an albatross here as well. So my friends, this was a club guide for the Masters Division in the Earth Day tournament. Have in mind that this is a general club guide and may not suit your bag perfectly, but at least give you some pointers on what to look for when you're choosing club for each hole. If you do want us to check out your own club bag and give you some pointers on which clubs to be the best to use, then I suggest you send us a message on the team page or make a commenting in the comment section below. And in the end here, I would like to wish you the best of luck in the Earth Day tournament.